And by coincidence, the locally produced documentary, Shaka, A Story of Aloha, it will make its world premiere tomorrow night at the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival.
Yeah, speaking of Shakas, and as our Rick Kwan reports, the film's producer is hoping that this documentary will not just be educational, but also help spur a movement.
Wherever I go, I will tell people where it came from, because nobody knows.
It's not easy telling the story of the iconic Shaka, but with the help of veteran Hollywood director Brian Spicer, musician Henry Capono, and Kamehameha Schools, producer Steve Su is ready for its official unveiling.
I cannot be more excited for this. This is my first movie ever. I mean, I've worked production of movies, like a grunt. This is my first time as the producer, as the writer. I think we're going to change the world with this, and it's going to become a true classic.
The 72-minute documentary covers 6 Shaka origin stories, but Sue says that's not the main point of the film.
I frankly think that the better story in this is, what do you do with the Shaka? What does it mean? How can it change the world? How do we share aloha to the world through the Shaka? That's the punchline to this movie, not so much just the origin. But if you want to argue about the origin, have at it. You decide as the audience.
Sue, who was not born in the islands, took extra care to make sure he got the story right, holding 9 months of screenings and receiving the blessing of several respected Native Hawaiian kapuna, including Auntie Kekela Miller.
She says to me, Steve, our ancestors told me they want you to tell the story. And I said, so how do you communicate with the ancestors? And she said, they do it through the weather. So she had noticed that every time we went to Laie, the clouds parted, the sun shined through, the wind stopped.
One of the most complicated scenes was at Hukilau Beach in Laie, where ironically a hukilau had not been held in 60 years. He recruited 1,000 extras to take part in one.
It was like D-Day landing, and it was really also extremely heartwarming to see everybody come and pull the rope and to harvest the fish together. And the message of it was connection, community, collaboration, cooperation. These are the things that make aloha.
So what is he hoping people will come away with after seeing the documentary?
Our goal is that we want people to come away from this movie and share aloha. They understand what aloha is. They understand how to transmit it through that sign. Because if they know this, everybody has this, right? And to me, I think this is becoming a movement now, because we have, the Shaka gestures for the state symbol. We've got the Shaka license plate coming out. We've got the Shaka emoji application. So all of these things are about empowering people around the globe to take this sign that's known and use it for good.
Sue calls this his legacy project, something he can leave for future generations to better understand and appreciate the state's most well-known gesture. Rick Kwan, Island News.